So apparently everybody's talking about Jamie. Well, this brand new Amazon film is coming exclusively to some theaters and streaming very soon, so it's time to talk about it. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Everybody's Talking About Jamie, the brand new coming-of-age drama that's also a musical that is the feature film adaptation of a musical about a teenager from Sheffield, England who wants to be a drag queen. It stars Max Harwood, Lauren Patel, and of course Richard E. Grant. I heard a lot of great things going into this movie, so my expectations were pretty high, but even when it comes about a musical, and if you followed me for a while, I'm not a fan of this genre. It takes a lot for me to love it. But when I do love a musical, or I can get settled into it, I can really fall for them. And this has been a pretty big year for this genre, and we're still continuing it. We still have, two more big musical films coming out later this year, and I'm really interested to see how all of them differ, because so far, each of them have, whether it's in the style, the messaging, the tone, and Everybody's Talking About Jamie continues that. The big thing about this one that I feel of it, and the last one that I just watched was Annette, which, very weird, very different, and totally in the vein of what the Sparks would do with its music. That one was creative in one way, but Everybody's Talking About Jamie is creative in the way that it designs and brings apart its set pieces and actually its musical pieces as well, weaving it into the tone and messaging of the movie, which is absolutely the best part about it all. Acceptance, all that nature, that is something that we see in many different movies. I don't think it still gets the same attention, because we'll pay attention to it during one film, and then, we stop talking about it. We all just need to not judge a book by its cover and just appreciate everybody for who they are. And Everybody's Talking About Jamie kind of concludes and brings that a little bit more to life. Of course, if you guys are new here, before we get any deeper into this review, if you guys love talking movies, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well as that notification bell so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis. I love talking movies, and I'm so fortunate enough to be here discussing with you guys. Leave a comment down below as well on your thoughts on the movie. One of the big things I want to talk about are the performances. Max Harwood, I've never seen him in anything, but playing Jamie is just great. He brings this role to life in a really unique and capable way, and one that you can truly feel for Jamie. Even if, you don't want to be a drag queen, we all have our aspirations and dreams that we want to do, and people around us who are banging us down, telling us that we can't do it, or even the messaging of bullying, because there is bullying in here, and, if you're like me, I was bullied a little bit through high school and junior high, and, to see this, it's kind of the same way, and you already have that automatic, attachment to this character, and I really dug that. His best friend, played by Lauren Patel in here, is phenomenal. I loved her. Both of them are really big standouts in here, and I'm really interested to see where they go next in their career, because they are two, again, standouts. Of course, the show-stopping stealer of the entire show is, of course, Richard E. Grant, playing the supporting role in here. I love Richard E. Grant. This guy should already have a bunch of Oscar wins on his mantle, and he does not, and it's a shame, because there's a couple different awards that he was nominated for, and he absolutely should have won for, but he's great in here. He brings such an energy and flair, and I just love what Grant is able to bring to the screen, and again, he is a big mentor to, of course, Jamie in this movie, and we see that relationship grow and build within such a special way. I think, again, it just goes down to Everybody's Talking About Jamie is because there is this big aspect of the film that I really like, and one of the big elements that keeps us a little bit different from all the other musicals that have come out this year is the messaging. Acceptance is a big thing, whether it's friends, family, or just someone that's in our lives. That comes to a point where, we might not know someone, or in general, if there's someone close to us and they have a just dream or passion, we should be there behind them, cheering them along, even if we don't fully believe in what they're doing, or even don't even understand. I think there's that thing of trying to understand, and I really like how this movie was able to dive into that and actually push it through a bit harder. But the one thing I want to give a credit to where credit is due, because while I did not love the musical numbers in here, I think some of the songs really are a little bit forgettable, sadly. Some of them are still stuck in my head, but nothing to the point I could read off the lyrics or do this or do that. And that's, when you're in a musical, I feel like that's one of the big elements of it that needs to happen. And I can even give credit to where credit is due. Annette was kind of the same exact way. There's a couple songs I can really much hum and remember some lyrics, but not fully. But just like Annette, how a lot of the sequences were very creative and unique, the same thing is said for here. In fact, while I don't remember a lot of the dialogue in between the musical numbers, I can give major credit to these set pieces. Every set piece in here brings everything to life in such a fabulous way that I just sat there in awe of a lot of these different moments, and each and every one is very distinctive to itself. Some are more grand and grandiose than others, but even then, even the smaller ones are really memorable in those ways. And I gotta give credit where credit is due, is the fact that they did make it feel like you were watching a Broadway play in some ways of sense, but also never deterring a way that this is a feature film adaptation of a musical. Again, that actually really much impressed me with how they were able to do that all. Oh, with all that said, Everybody's Talking About Jamie is a good movie. I think the musical numbers, while the set pieces are beautiful and amazing and again, fabulous, the thing about it is the music is not that memorable. The beats, yeah, but the lyrics, all that sorts of stuff, nothing really attached me too much to it. But I did love the messaging. I love the piece of acceptance, and I think the story about Jamie is actually really important, especially for our world today. It's timely, and Max is great in the role. Lauren, as his best friend, is also great, and Richard E. Grant, once again, always steals the show. I overall enjoyed this one. I think if you're a fan of musicals, this is right up your alley. If you're not, it is not going to change your mind at all, but I'm very excited to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. So with all that said, I'm going to give Everybody's Talking About Jamie a B. Once again, guys, for clicking on this, you guys are seriously all the best, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys agree with me on the music? Did you like a lot of the lyrics? Are you still singing some of the songs? Let's discuss it all down there. And of course, guys, make sure to head on over to Samsung Films on how to see films early. And of course, it's a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I would not be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.